Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Major decisions are taken by elected leaders. A form of governance in which direct participation of ordinary citizens in decision making on specific issues of national or regional importance is assured is called direct democracy. In a representative democracy, a majority of elected representatives have the authority to make choice on behalf of all the people rather than all the people ruling or making decisions. In Pakistan, General Parvez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999 and overthrew a democratically elected government and became the chief executive of the country. Later, General Parvez Musharraf changed his designation to president. In 2002, he issued a legal framework order that suggested that the president could dismiss the national or provincial assemblies. The elected leaders had some powers, but the final power rested with the military officers and General Musharraf. So, Pakistan under General Musharraf cannot be called a democracy because the elected rulers cannot take the final decisions. In a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. In China, elections are held every 5 years for electing the country's parliament called National People's Congress. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. The government is always formed by the Communist Party. Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president. Until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI. In reality, people had no choice. In China, the elections do not offer the people any serious choice. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. In Saudi Arabia, women do not have a right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority rule in 1980. The country has been ruled by ZANU-PF, the party that led the freedom struggle. Elections have been held regularly and always won by ZANU-PF. President Mugabe of Zimbabwe is popular but also uses unfair practice in elections. Merits of democracy. Democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. A democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Democracy improves the quality of decision making. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. The most common form of democracy is representative democracy. A majority is allowed to take decision on behalf of all the people. Demerits of democracy. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. So, many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delays. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. Democracy leads to frequent changes in leadership. Sometimes this can set back big decisions and affect the government's efficiency.